Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is daily analytical report. We have some nice movements on the market. Dollar is much stronger than it was yesterday, and the reason for this is FOMC. FOMC from yesterday. We had a rate decision, economic projection, press conference. Rates remained unchanged, but the projections in the conference was very dovish. So most of the economies were expecting two rate hikes this year. Those expectations were with us for the past few months. We were expecting two rate hikes, but on yesterday press conference and projections, we got information that this year we should not expect any hikes, and only one in 2020, which is questionable, actually. So this was very dovish. We were not expecting much from Fed, but even this surprised the market. So we got very negative movements towards the American dollar, which is giving us few trading occasions right now, let's say like this. Also important news from Brexit. We are getting closer to the Brexit date. It was said that Theresa May is expecting, that UK wants a longer extension. But yesterday we got information that this extension will not be, they are not expecting a long extension, only till May. So we had a meeting yesterday of ministers of European Union, and they are trying to sort out the compromise again. So it's a roller coaster for the British pound. I would stay away. I am staying away from this currency. Too much volatility. I try to control the risk as much as possible. This is not the environment for me that I would like to be in. Overnight we got an information from New Zealand. GDP weaker than expected. We also got an information from Australia. So as you can see, unemployment rate dropped, but unemployment change was not so good as expected. Today it's not only about the Brexit for the British pound, because we have retail sales and rate decision. We'll see what the number will be just in 26 minutes about the retail sales. So definitely busy time on the market. Tomorrow calendar is also packed. As you can see here, PMIs. From Eurozone, we have important data for the Canadian dollar and PMIs also for the American dollar from the US. And that leaves us with the technical analysis. Let's see what is going on. So you can see the reaction on the euro dollar after yesterday's dovish FOMC. We are breaking the upper line of the triangle pattern. So this gives us a proper buy signal. Everything started here with this false breakout of the lower line of the descending triangle pattern, so the breakout of this horizontal support and the dynamic support here, and the price reversed, and yesterday managed to break this downtrend line. Now we do have a pullback, but this pullback is nothing serious. Like we can even go as low as here, or here, test those lows, and then we should see the further appreciation of the euro dollar. Look, we ended the time where we had lower lows. We have a higher lower highs, we have a higher high. Now we should have a higher low and then a further upswing. This can create inverse and shoulder formation. As for now, we do have a double bottom formation. Sentiment for euro dollar is definitely positive. Now American dollar to Japanese yen, where the sell signal was one of the strongest. Definitely the momentum was one of the highest. As you can see, it dropped for 80 pips. Now from the technical point of view, We got a breakout of the lower line of the symmetric triangle pattern. We got a breakout of the lower line of the flag. We got a breakout of lows of today, of this week lows. So we broke three major supports. Boom, and this is nice drop. We can have a small pullback, but it seems like the American dollar to Japanese yen is doomed, and we should see a further drop here in the long term. So that is a strong long-term sell signal for the American dollar to Japanese yen. And now Australian dollar to Japanese to American dollar. I'm sorry. That's from yesterday's analysis. We were somewhere here, and we said that the breakout of the black line should give us a proper buy signal. And look what is happening. Obviously, we got a help from the FOMC. But that's the thing, when you have a combination of the signal from the technical and fundamental analysis, this signal can be perceived as a very strong and legitimate one. So this is the situation here on the Australian dollar to American dollar. We have a combination of the technical and fundamental signal, and this gives us a nice movement and overall very good buying potential. Australian dollar to Japanese yen, here we had a buying potential also, but as you can see, roller coaster. Currently we are lower, so the Australian dollar to American dollar was better set up than this. I'm sorry, I'm gonna remove all those objects because we need to adjust the lines to the current situation. Currently, sideways trend, breakout of the upper orange line buy, breakout of the lower orange line sell, but actually with this kind of movements, this pair lost my interest. I try to look for proper decent occasions, not something like this. On Bitcoin, Bitcoin is aiming this upper line of the symmetric triangle pattern. A breakout of this line should give us a buy signal with the movement towards the yellow line. Dollar index, here you can see the reaction for FOMC drop, but now we do have quite a big correction, obviously, which is mostly influenced by the dollar, by the euro dollar, which is the biggest part of the dollar index. The correction is not happening in a random place. We marked this support yesterday. It's a lower line of the ascending triangle pattern. Breakout of this line will bring us a proper sell signal, but actually breakout of this line. But as long as we stay above the orange line, it looks okay. It looks okay. It's not so terrible. So buyers can still pull this one out. Australian dollar to Swiss franc, still locked in a sideways trend. Australian dollar proved the importance of this horizontal support here, which makes it even a better occasion. So we know that this support is crucial. So in this case, we know that the breakout of this support can be lethal, can be dangerous, and can give us a proper sell signal. In the same time, breakout of the upper dynamic support can be a very positive sign for the buyers. Euro to Canadian dollar, we said that the breakout of this horizontal support should give us a buy signal. This is what is happening. The price is still higher. It looks optimistic. We should see the price aiming for this resistance, but it's nothing special. On euro to ruble, we said sell, long-term sell. The price made new long-term lows. We are on the lowest levels since July 2018, with the potential target on the lows from May 2018. New Zealand dollar to Canadian dollar broke this dynamic resistance here, but is trying to break the horizontal one. So as long as we stay below the horizontal one, I would not buy this one. Only the breakout of this line is not enough. We need to see the breakout of this horizontal resistance first. But watch out, don't trade the intraday breakout. As you can see, it happened many times. Only the price closing a day above the upper orange line should be a significant signal to go long. American dollar to Canadian dollar still trying to defend this support. As you can see, even the weakness of the American dollar did not help here, because the Canadian dollar is also pretty weak currency at the moment, which you can see here on euro to Canadian dollar, for example. So this can still be perceived as a positive situation. Investors can show their pattern breakout of the neckline. They use the neckline as a support and then an upswing. On my end, American dollar to Russian ruble, beautiful drop. That is really strong sell signal. A good occasion for the buyers of the Russian currency. Those were the instruments from yesterday. Now we need to find new setups, new interesting trading occasions. Let's see, maybe euro to Polish zloty, my currency, just for the curiosity. We don't have a lot of history here. So no, euro to lira, no, British pound. I would stay away from the British pound. The American dollar to Turkish lira, what is happening here? That's no. Euro to Norwegian krone, let's check this one. Oh, that is interesting movement. I don't know if there were any interest rate decision maybe from Norway. I didn't check the calendar for Norway. Let's see. Maybe there was, yes, interest rate decision from Norges Bank just recently, right? We got an anticipated rate hike. So as you can see, 0.75, that was previous one, and there was a consensus for the rate hike, and we got the rate hike. At the same time, retail sales from Poland better than expectations. This may be explaining this movement on the euro to Polish zloty, where we got an upswing. Okay, next instrument, American dollar to Norwegian krone. Here you can also see this positive movement from the Norwegian krone. Let's check American dollar to yuan. Nothing special. Let's check American dollar to Mexican peso. Although we don't have a we don't have a long history here. One thing which can be interesting for the traders: downswing flag, downswing. Pretty neat setup. American dollar to Polish zloty. No. Let's check gold. What is happening on gold? Buyers try to defend here on H4. It looks like this. The situation is quite positive, to be honest with you, especially with this upswing from yesterday. What happened is we broke this horizontal resistance. What bothers me is the fact that here we had one, and here we had one, so this one got denied, and this one also kind of. So Those movements on gold now are pretty irregular. I like gold, but it does not look good from the technical point of view. In theory, the signal is positive, and buyers of the gold can be pretty happy with the recent price movements. Let's in the same time check silver. Silver was struggling here, but nice recovery we have here, especially with the fact that we broke the horizontal support resistance, which actually brings us a buy signal on the silver. Now let's check indexes. I would like to see the DAX. So DAX was very positive 2 days ago. We broke the horizontal resistance, we went higher, but today we are struggling a little bit, but there is no proper signal for me. Let's check S&P 500. Unfortunately, those movements, at least for me, the way how I see the market, how I see the movements, the recent price developments, price swings are not encouraging me to trade. I'm a trend follower. Currently on the market we have a lot of changes in the direction, a lot of uncertainty, unfortunately, which is affecting, for example, my trading decisions. I like to see clear directional movements, not like price changing the direction too often. Here I'm showing you crude. Obviously, indexes, gold and crude are gaining now because of the strength of the dollar. So we have new highs of the price of the oil, new midterm highs. It comes along with recent findings from the OPEC that they will be committed, that Saudi Arabia is committed to the cuts, Russia is committed as well, although not as much as they declared, but it should help at least stabilize the prices. I think it is helping much more. Yes, well, it looks optimistic. Although in the long term I'm negative for the oil, but hey, I have to be honest with the charts, and the charts are saying that it's all good. It looks positive, but it's not enough for the proper trading setup. So as you can see, we made most of the instruments that we analyzed yesterday have much better setups than those from today. Even although we analyzed major indexes and commodities, there is unfortunately no proper trading setup. Let me recap the situation for you. So euro dollar, very, very good situation, positive trend. There is this horizontal support which is being defended right now, but I think that price can go a little bit deeper here, and here we would get a nice buying occasion. American dollar to Japanese yen, strong sell signal. Australian dollar to American dollar, strong buy signal. Bitcoin breakout of this resistance will give us a buy signal. Dollar index, not in a tragic situation. Still, buyers can be optimistic as long as we stay above those supports. I mean, in the long term. Australian dollar to Swiss franc, breakout of the orange area sell, breakout of this downtrend line buy. Euro to Canadian dollar, we should have a bounce from this line and an upswing. Euro to ruble downswing. New Zealand dollar to Canadian dollar, price closing a day above the orange area will give us a buy signal. American dollar to Canadian dollar still positive, and the American dollar to Russian ruble, very strong sell signal. So guys, these are the markets right now. I'm not satisfied with the price movements at the moment, unfortunately. Maybe you'll find it interesting. I do not, so I'm staying away from the markets. Anyways, thanks for being with us, watching this video. We will see each other on back on Monday and Tuesday. So thanks very much. All the best, guys, and good luck in trading.